prove that God was active in humanity, and that if you want to boil it down to something, they were signs for the Jews. Yes, they were signs for us, but truly they are proofs that God is real and that He is active in His creation. And He spoke of old, and He gave prophecies of old for things that would come. So then, of course, when you look at Jesus' birth, there were a variety of promises related to Jesus' birth and right around Jesus' birth that were fulfilled in that birth of Christ. And when you look through it, and you see the way that the Gospels are written, especially, and turn to Matthew, and we'll be in Matthew chapter 1 and chapter 2 quite a bit, so put a marker in whichever one of those you would prefer to have a marker in, 1 or 2, or if your print is small enough, I suppose they might be on the same page. But it does help to kind of put things in their proper place eschatologically if you know who the intended audience was of the original letter that was penned. And Matthew wrote his under the guise, if you will, of the Jews. So when he wrote this letter, he was trying to do so. So what Matthew does in chapters 1 and 2 is he really connects his gospel with the Old Testament prophecies and shows right off the bat to the Jew that yes, this is the fulfillment of the prophecy in the Old Testament. The coming Messiah is here. So the first one to look at is found in Matthew 1:23. Let's start in 22. Well, it's one of those things where you just want to read the whole chapter, don't you? Because every verse adds on, and builds upon the last one as you go forth and hear. But we have the, and you don't have to look up there. I mean, it's not too hard of a look. But 18 says, "Now the birth of Jesus Christ was on this wise," right? And it goes down. Matthew pens the birth of Jesus Christ, and in 22. It says, "Now all this was done, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet." So this is, I'd say it's code, but it's pretty plain code if it's code, right? Where it says that Matthew is saying that this was done in fulfillment of prophecy, right? This was done in fulfillment of that which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, "Behold, a virgin shall be with child, shall bring forth a son. They shall call his name Emmanuel," which being interpreted is God with us. One of the first prophecies that it says was fulfilled